Hi, thank you for joining the Paralegal Power Break on understanding the electronic docket control cycle. In this particular session, I'm going to briefly discuss what the electronic docket control cycle is and 3 different ways that information flow through a case management system. Now, electronic docket control cycle is how information flows through an electronic case management system and how it is delegated to different individuals within a legal organization. So there is the centralized docket control cycle, the decentralized docket control cycle, and then you have the combined docket control cycle. So with the centralized docket control cycle, you'll typically have a clerk or a secretary that's responsible for entering information into a case management system. And this includes 4 steps when the clerk or the secretary is responsible, or someone else that is not controlling their own calendar or their own inputting of information in the system. There's 4 different steps that's involved. And that starts with the completion of a docket slip. The docket slip has pertinent information that's needed to completely input information into a system about a particular matter or a case or a specific aspect of a case or a matter. After that, after the docket slip is completed and provided to the secretary or the clerk, the information is inputted into the case management system, and then from there a report is ran or printed with this information, and the task is marked as done. The next type of electronic docket control cycle is the decentralized docket control cycle, and this is where the paralegal or the attorney has responsibility for inputting their own information into the case management system. There's typically only 3 steps involved in this particular type of docket control cycle, starting with the inputting of the information into the case management system, the running of reports, and then the task being marked as completed or done. And then you have the combined docket control cycle, where you have a secretary or clerk and a paralegal or attorney, the team or multiple individuals having responsibility for inputting information into a docket control or a case management system. The benefit of having a combined docket control cycle is that it allows a paralegal or attorney to delegate the data entry when they have a heavy workload and or when they need to work on something else. And this particular, with information flowing through a case management system with the combined docket control cycle, you'll typically have both roles or multiple individuals having the same level access to the case management system as far as it relates to entering in information within that system. So this can be extremely helpful when an attorney or paralegal's workload becomes heavy, and knowing that their secretary or clerk can successfully, without any limitations, put information into the system without needing any type of special access, or without a paralegal or an attorney having to give their password or access to the system in order to allow a clerk or secretary to input information for them into a case management system. So the main thing to keep in mind with an electronic docket control cycle is pretty much the way that information flows through a case management system, and it deals with who has responsibility for inputting information in a case management system. Is it a clerk or secretary? Is it the individual being the paralegal or the attorney? Or is it a combination of both? Is it a combination of a secretary or clerk and a paralegal or attorney having the same level access and both having the responsibility for inputting and updating information into a case management system.